You are tuned in to Sunday's Inspiration with Reverend Coach C. Channeling, in simple terms, serving as a medium for a spirit. Now, that spirit can be dark or that spirit can be of the light. You choose. Well, I don't know if you do have a choice, but that's what channeling means. What psychoanalysis means, but it's when, in simple terms, it's having someone speak freely. More or less, when you go to a psychiatrist, you are being psychoanalyzed, okay? Because you telling them all your problems and your dreams and your childhood memories and experiences, and they are using all of that to see if you are mentally stable or whatever, or to give you some form of therapy. Let's just say that. So remember those two terms as you listen to this little story here today, as we figure out what will this chapter be named. I'm just saying. Okay, so I finally found out it's the rear facing camera that doesn't want to work. What is it? Y'all don't want to see me? Anyway, let's see if I can put this video back together now. I had to write down what I said, and hopefully I got all of my points. Let's see. I wanted to do the add-on to the Akashic Record Consult called The Snitch. Also was a dream analogy I wanted to infuse into that. But this is a real case of your cup running over, and also what I said in that first video about this character in this novel, this science fiction novel. Her spiritual gifts was like suffocated as a child, and now they are coming full effect to the surface. And so let's see, what do I want to say about this today? Well, of course we know by now this is for the novel The Darkest State, right? And I was trying to figure out what chapter am I going to name this. There's so many things going on in this chapter. You have psychoanalysis, channeling. You have, what is it called? Monitoring spirits for the religious community. And you have, it's just so many different pieces, parts to this here chapter. I do not know what I'm going to name it yet. Maybe y'all can help me name this chapter. And remember, these are events that is occurring in this character's life, and it could be a real life story or this could be made up. We shall see. But it's an esoteric science fiction novel. And this part is heavy, talking about psychoanalysis, how you have people in the background trying to psychoanalyze, is that a word? Analyze a person. Okay, and I took the liberty of defining it in simple terms. It is having someone speak freely about himself or herself, about their dreams, their problems, early childhood memories, and so on and so forth. The purpose for doing this is to state some type of claim, whether this person is competent mentally or not. And as I began to say that in my first video, I heard because they don't want her to receive something. And I said, I know you ain't talking about this thing that all you hear these videos about a stolen inheritance and all of this. I said, well, I else. Like I said, I don't know what to name this chapter because there's so many pieces to this puzzle. So back to the psychoanalysis. And the spirit said they don't want her to receive something. And they're doing all of this. How many years now? Because this person, the character in this book, is an adult now. And they're just finding out all of this stuff about this stolen inheritance. And, she thought it was just a story because you hear everybody say the same thing. And then the pages begin to turn and things begin to unfold. And she began to get insight, honey, about what has taken place, this family betrayal. And she still got some questions now, but as time goes on, hopefully she'll get it answered. And then, but in the background, you have people, possibly family members, trying to psychoanalyze her because they don't want her to receive this inheritance. I'm like, are you serious? How can they not want her to receive what's already hers? Because this is hers. They stole it. Isn't that something? And it says they want you to have a guardian because they don't want you to have that money because you're going to be free and blah, 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 blah. You're not going to give them anything. Well, when they were stealing for 40 plus years from her, did they give her anything other than the breadcrumbs? Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know what to name this chapter. Anyway, so the psychoanalysis is taking place. I said, oh, that's why they send you in the store and you just started talking aloud. Or if you sit in the car and you normally write things down, but you're speaking aloud. So there's a recording device somewhere, perhaps. You never know. But then again, don't outrule the channeling through others. Hello? The monitoring spirits. These things are real just because. Okay? Just remember that. Just because you don't believe something, that does not mean that it is not real. Ask me. With this, now I better understand the parapsychology degree pending still and yet. I just don't feel like I should rush this. This is a process because it's a life thing. I didn't know it was going to be all of this. Really, I did not. Anyway, so you have all these moving parts. Psychoanalysis, trying to figure out if you can handle this money. They don't want you to be able to handle the money. So this is what they're trying to prove still and yet 40 years plus now. Yeah. Ayatoposa. In my first video, I said, what kind of justice system would allow these people to do this? How can you steal someone's inheritance without legalities? And it has to, and the word that I heard was corrupt. So there's some type of corrupt system in the legal system that allowed these possibly family members to do this to this person in this book. I'm like, this gotta be a bestseller. It has to be, because this seemed like a horror story. It might be a movie. I was about to say horror movie. Somebody might pick this up to be a movie because this is too good. Anyway, you just stay tuned because I have to figure out what am I going to name this chapter and see where this goes, because this is harassment. This woman has been harassed. I mean harassed, and God forbid if she speaks in an angered tone, then they're going to say she crazy. She can't handle no money, so you better not give her none. I'm like, okay, maybe this is one of the reasons why So, this device does not want me showing my beautiful face. Why ever not? You got to move. Oh, yeah. You gotta move. Oh, move on. Move on. Somebody need to move on. Move on, move on. 'Cause you got to move. You gotta move. Yeah. You gotta move. Yeah. Ooh. Move on. Move on, move on, move on, move on. Hey, ha, shatataposa. Somebody need to move on, yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to move on. Move on. Move on. Somebody need to move on. Yeah. Hey, move. Spirit, Holy Spirit, sing. Ooh, you gotta move by Solebesha, or you will be moved. May Solalaboshe.